Today, we're gonna be using the 55 to 250, and it's super awkward vlogging in front of people. Okay, so I have a secret that I want to tell you. And it's my secret, not a secret. I'm not trying to clickbait you into watching this video. I'm just ready to admit something to you. My name is Carl. I'm a photographer of 5 years. And I don't understand composition. So this has been something that's been really hard for me to admit because I started a YouTube channel. I've been shooting for 5 years, but I've never really studied framing and composition so hard. So that's what this video is going to be about, is that I've been trying to learn framing, and there's this one particular technique that's really gotten my attention. So there's a lot of composition techniques, like the basic rule of thirds, trying to look for leading lines, a subject and frame, symmetry, and all that. But there's this one technique that's really gotten me to really think about and change my perspective as I'm about to shoot something. Wait. And it's called frame within a frame. So, creating a frame inside of the frame, framing your subject with the elements around the photo. So the purpose is to draw the eye towards the subject clearly. It's basically a technique that emphasizes your subject and makes it very literal to the viewer what exactly you're taking a photo about. It's rather than just taking a photo of something and then the viewer doesn't really know what your subject is. So frame within a frame. And I'm really trying to frame my perspective in that mindset and shooting with that alone. Oh, by the way, we're shooting in black and white also, only. So there's a lot going on. Catch you later. Alright, let's start shooting. It's always harder vlogging with other people around. So we were gonna shoot in black and white, and I was given the tip that texture specifically looks so great in black and white. So let's see what we can find. I'm gonna shoot edges again, architecture. Yeah, man, as usual, the place is super interesting. There's a dude sitting by himself. I wonder if there's like a dramatic shot like it. Yeah, I'm shooting at aperture. Damn, my voice is so low. I'm shooting at aperture priority mode, and man, I'm not liking it. I kind of want full control, but I'm giving this a chance because I never shoot at aperture priority mode, just because I've been comfortable using my own stuff. Yeah, man. So I've been shooting in aperture priority mode, and I kind of hate it. God, there's a guy flaunting his drone. There's 1,000 times more people now than before. Alright, so hi. Hello. Nanay change? 50? Okay. Thank you. So let's digress a little bit. Had to cut the vlog short because one, I was getting really exhausted because for how beautiful this place is, man. There is no shade. Ay. Nakade. Thank you. For how beautiful this place is, man. The thing about it is there's literally almost no shade. So I'm lucky to find this spot because I'm lucky to find this spot. I'm by a tree and it's under a tent. But if I could just show you all around, people are literally under the sun, and that's kind of the point. Except that today is extra hot. So like I've been going to this mall for like 4 years now, and today is just hotter. So today is just so much hotter. I kind of really had to sit down because like the heat was really getting to me, and I wish I could just go shirtless, you know. But I'm not gonna go shirtless here, because no one does that here. Plus, new cafe, bar canto. It means bar by the side of the street. It's like a mobile cafe. It's a small cafe. It's new, and I want to try out their coffee. So yeah, it's getting really hot, and I was getting super hungry. Unfortunately, no one sells food here at this hour. It's 5 a.m. by the way. I don't. It's 6:30 a.m. We're here every Sunday at 5 a.m. But it looks like shade's coming in. Like the sun's intensity really died down a bit. So I might continue the vlog. So this one's fun. I didn't have much to say today, but I'm trying 3 things today. 1, I'm gonna shoot in purely black and white. 2 is I just learned composition last night and I'm trying it out now. And 3, I'm also trying to shoot in aperture priority mode. Because that's always the advice we get, but I never used to do that because like if you understand the triangle, the exposure triangle enough, you don't really need auto mode. But I guess it's just comfortable to shoot in aperture priority mode, I guess. And when you're shooting fast in different scenes, like from going light to dark, in and out, indoor to outdoor, I mean, aperture priority would be ideal. So yeah, I'm trying to see what it's like because it feels uncomfortable shooting in auto or at least the aperture, the shutter speed in auto. So we'll see how this goes. This is absolutely an experiment, and it got hot again. Yeah, I'm sitting down here, man. I'm gonna relax for a bit because, man, I'm so hungry and there's just no food, so I'm just having a drink. The limit of beautiful shots I can take is a skill issue, not really a gear or location issue. Because there's just, man, if I could just vlog, if I just had a 360 camera to show you everything that's going on around me right now, there's so much going on around me. There's like a million shots for me to take if I was like really into it. Right now I'm just starving, so my energy's super low, and I, lack of sleep, lack of rest. Excuses. Anyway, so yeah. There's this really interesting photography technique that should have been obvious to me from the start, but I just learned about, like I said, I was learning composition last night. It's this thing that you're supposed to frame your subject within the frame of the image. So, a frame within a frame is what photographers call it, apparently. And it's like using foreground or scattered elements about the scene to frame the subject inside of it. So that's what they call a frame within a frame. And I'm really trying to like expand my perspective and see what that's like. It's loud here, man, so I don't know if the audio is good or bad, but yeah, that's always the thing. So yeah, I'm trying to learn that, and of course, leading lines, the rule of thirds, and all of that. But this thing, frame within the frame, I'm really trying to like harp on that and see how I can shoot with that in mind. It trains your perspective and it trains your eye, and it's super fun. I'm gonna just chill here for a bit. We'll see what happens later. Peace. I wanna go back to my vantage point. My comfort zone. Alright, I'll just go this way. Just use this middle entrance. take a look at that signage over there. There. Let's see. Let's focus the video. Take a look at that caution signage over there. Let's see. If you shoot at eye level, it's just gonna look like this, right? So let's see what happens if you give it a new perspective. Yeah, there. It's honestly nicer, in my opinion. But hey, do you? Whichever you prefer, I guess, right? Yeah. Now it's getting super bright. This simple logo you see in front of you. So we can just take it head on. And I honestly think that's beautiful.
Huh. Yeah. Got us all fired.
Yeah, there we go. 2 contrasting frames.
Yeah. Too many dig themselves a grave and all these things come out to play. I wanna feel you're nothingness, I'm just a figment in your brain. I remember Broski told me that nothing is the same, and now we on the road to righteousness through thunder or the rain. I got numbers on my mind, works peak.
So what happens usually in these types of shoots is I can have so much fun shooting just people. I'm trying to reframe my focus and try to shoot objects, because you know, someone told me that in black and white texture looks really nice. I started to miss shots when I was using aperture priority mode. That was my first time in the 5 years I've been using a camera shooting in aperture priority mode, and the reason for that is I've gotten so used to and comfortable with just shooting in pure manual, like adjusting the shutter speed, ISO, and the aperture myself, that shooting in auto kind of like, okay, I'm putting my faith in it. You know, it wasn't just like, okay, so it's better now because it auto detects the scene or whatever and makes a better and more informed choice than the photographer. And look, I don't want to sound arrogant, but it's like, no, you study the camera and the scenes enough, and just manual is better for me. Not gonna say that it's better overall, because obviously there are, what I learned as well in using aperture priority mode when I shot that video is that there are situations that are great for aperture priority mode. There are situations that you're gonna benefit from that rather than using manual, and I can already like see weddings as one of them. But for casual shooting, and when there's not a lot of pressure, or when you're just trying to make art, you're just trying to be artsy or whatever, for me, it was really uncomfortable. And I did miss a few shots. I missed a few shots that I normally wouldn't have. Because, look, not to say like I'm such an amazing photographer, but I don't miss focus. Honestly, that's the reason why I got the Canon camera over other brands, is because of the dual pixel autofocus, or just the general autofocus system of the camera is already really good. Again, not trying to say that I'm such a great photographer and I don't miss focus, I do sometimes, but owed to Canon's technology, it hasn't been much of a problem. Now, when I used aperture priority mode, I started to miss shots. When I was using aperture priority mode. If time is of the essence, then shooting in aperture priority mode might be good. So if there's any tip I have for any photographer that's about to start, it really does pay to take a month maybe just to learn your camera. Really know everything about that thing. It's gonna pay off. Like, shooting in full manual is always the best for me. I think though that if I had more practice with the aperture priority mode, I think that I wouldn't have missed those shots. I think I missed those shots just because I wasn't thinking better, because the situation was just new to me. That said, it wasn't much of a big deal. It helped in many cases. So that's aperture priority mode. we did 3 things today, which was pretty complicated to do all in one setting, but I was ready for it. We were shooting, first time shooting in aperture priority mode, first time shooting in all black and white. I'll talk about that in a minute. And first time shooting in just one particular composition. Like I was forcing the frame within a frame composition, which, you know, I didn't do some of the time just because I didn't want to miss some shots. But yeah, that was the case. So shooting in black and white, what was that like? What would it be like for you? Shooting in black and white was, the thing I learned was there is a different type of mindset when you're trying to shoot in black and white. There are certain scenes that work better in black and white. I'll show you what those are, rather than in colored. Arguably, you know, beauty is still in the eye of the beholder. And then there are certain scenes that don't actually work very well in black and white. If you have any tips for shooting in just black and white, I'd love to hear it, because I want to try it again with thinking about specific compositions in mind. Because again, there were shots that were just arguably better and just different in black and white. Third thing was, we were shooting with one specific composition in mind, and we were really trying to push in on just one style, so that what I was trying to do was skill building. I wanted to level up my skill, so I wanted to force my perspective. I wanted to force my perspective on one framing, so that I would really have to think about only one type of composition. Whereas I would have, if I didn't lock in my mindset into just one framing composition, I would have thought about so many different things, and the goal can get scattered. So that's another tip for photographers out there, is that if you want to just improve on if you just want to improve, lock in on one skill and then try to shoot with only that skill and nothing else. Because it really helps. It really did help. I feel like I'm better at that now that I did this challenge for myself, rather than if I didn't. More than if I didn't. So yeah, those were the 3 things. Frame within a frame. Next challenge is gonna be shooting in the rule of thirds, and that's gonna be interesting to see you there.